Hi everyone, this is your boy Joey B, aka your friend is saying busy and more spotlight GH mini champagne. Someone winning. Same question every day.
My mama called about the spotlight GH so. Jumedi me and me the home chairman meeting at a bene champagne. Wait me a friend champagne. Na eneno no oba so no bi. Oba bi and ho fe like no ho fe. Ni part of fe. Eti has say, or your mother, she's a businesswoman, she's an actress. In fact, she's every beautiful thing you can think of. I'm talking about Juliet Ibrahim. Hi,
Hi, I am.
And I'm Bekechi. What do you say?
No. I wish if I speak it, you will laugh at me.
Also, speak it and let me laugh. Speak it and let me laugh because I heard so can Casa Baby.
Debbie,
or Tree is not part of it.
No, it's not.
How are you?
I'm fine.
You're looking good.
Thank you.
Aww. So what's up? It's been long since we last saw you on screens. I don't know.
Movies. Actually, I still film movies. I still do stuff.
Okay.
But most of the movies nowadays, when you film them in Nigeria, sometimes the producer would take it somewhere. Maybe he would take it abroad,
Okay.
or it goes to YouTube, or it goes to like online websites or Africa Magic immediately.
Oh,
Yeah, sometimes they don't come to DVD like that. They have to make their money from other places before DVDs. Yeah.
Oh, that means you still film, but
Yes,
it's just
I
that we
still
don't
do.
get a chance to see
Yes,
it. Oh,
yes,
okay,
yeah.
okay. So, are you working on something right now?
Right now, I just launched a book.
Okay.
You can see it toast to life.
Wow, tell us about it.
So I just launched a book. Now I'm an author, and it's about my life's journey and me using my experiences and how I've been able to overcome so many things I've gone through to inspire so many people out there. That's basically what it's about.
When you say so many things, what do you mean by so many things? So many things like what? Tell us some.
So many things. So hey, okay. So talking about growing up, I've experienced 3 civil wars. I've lived as a refugee in Liberia, Ivory Coast, Lebanon. And then growing up, I was about 8 years old. I was molested by relatives, and how I was able to deal with it and how I escaped and survived. And I've had experiences of rape. I've had near rape experiences, and I was in a relationship before, and I was violated. He literally like beat me up.
Okay.
And how I was able to go through all of that, and I'm now speaking about it. Then so many things. I spoke about getting married, being in love, going through a divorce, being a single mother, and failing at different relationships, and that I've had, and also how I've been approached by other people or men who I've met along the way and received like proposals and stuff, but reasons why I would not accept those proposals.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then finding self-love, like believing in myself,
Okay.
gaining that self-confidence after dealing with all these self-esteem issues, depression, and everything that I've gone through, but how I've been able to use all of that to still feel like I was put on earth for a purpose, a greater purpose, and working towards achieving
you said
it.
something about you being molested. Do you want to tell us about it? By who?
Okay, so maybe one of those instances I will talk about my grand uncle.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was one particular instance I remember. I was about 8 years old.
Okay.
My mom had sent me to his room to get something. I don't remember what exactly. So I went inside. I knocked on the door. Then he said, "Come in," and I went inside. And he was seated on a chair, facing the window. So he said, "Come." And then I told him whatever I went for. And he said, come, it's here. So when I walked closer to him, I just saw that he had unzipped his trousers. Then he brought his stuff out. So me noticing what was happening, I was trying to go back, and then he pulled my hand. Like I should touch it or something. I don't know what he wanted me to do, to be honest. Then I was struggling, like, leave me, but right outside the window, my parents were there with his son and daughter. Like, the family were all outside the window. I couldn't scream.
Why?
I don't know, I just couldn't scream. I was only 8 years old. Until now, I still try to think about it, like, why didn't I scream? Because I could have just shouted. But
were you shocked? Were you surprised?
I think so, because he was like my favorite grand uncle. Like, I used to like the man.
And was that the first time he did that
That's
to you?
the first time ever that he did it.
So at the age of 8 years, what were you thinking he wanted to do with you?
I know that, with parental advice, you're not supposed to touch a man's wee-wee, we call it wee-wee, and a man is not supposed to touch a woman's wee-wee, that kind of thing. You have it going on in your head. But I think I knew what was going on. Like, I just knew that there's something wrong. Because even when my cousins are urinating, we're not supposed to look at them down there when they're urinating. So why is this grown man trying to put my hand on something that looks very scary? Sort of. That is true.
Was it really scary?
It was scary though. Hey, like black snake. It was like seeing a snake.
Wow.
You know the fear that will come in, like, I've seen it, oh my God, like, what is this? So I couldn't scream, but I just heard myself, like, fighting out of, like, no, like that kind of thing, because he was pulling me towards him. And I don't know what happened. I just, like, escaped from his hand, and I ran towards the door. When I was running towards the door, he was still calling me back, and I just, like, when I looked back, I just saw him zipping up. And I was a grin on his face.
Did you tell anybody about it? Why?
Except my sister. I told Sonia, and she was younger than me.
But you should have told your mom, your dad, or someone.
I was scared. When I came out of the room, I saw them sitting there. But I didn't know, I couldn't say anything because they were all happy together. The whole family is together. You know, like, it's your family. So you don't want to start causing problems. I didn't know what was going through my head. But I don't think I wanted to start causing fights, problems with everybody. Because my mom, I know her, like, I'm sure she would.
So it was almost
something.
like you were confused.
Yes, I was confused. And I also started thinking, like, what if I tell them and he comes out and says, I'm the one that is talking big things and I was coming on to him. I don't know, like, I don't know what. Because people can be very evil. I just didn't know what to think and what to do at the time.
And then you mentioned rape. Have you been raped?
I would say that yes, I've been raped.
The same person or someone different?
No, not the same person. The rape experience was actually someone I was dating at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, we're dating and it happened. Because now most people always say that if you're dating somebody or you're in a relationship and the person have sexual intercourse with you, that is not rape. It is rape if I don't consent to it. Okay. That's what people don't understand, and that's what I'm trying to make people understand that he did. Because I was not in the mental or physically prepared for him to do whatever he wanted to do, and he forced me. He tied my hands down and everything.
He tied you up. Okay, so that
held me and everything. I did what he wanted to do. When he finished, he started to cuddle, and I was just there crying the whole time.
Because I think many girls feel like, after all these things, the cuddling part is the most interesting part of all.
But not when it's against your will.
They decide not to talk about it.
No, it's because I still remember that thing. That thing still has an impact on how I react to things in a relationship. Because if a guy I'm dating today decides to just hold my hands in a way, I react. Because I get scared. I'm reminded of that instance and that incident.
So why do you think the guy did that to you? Because he is your man. He could have just asked you, oh, honey, today I feel honey or something.
Yeah, but this one happened in a situation where I was asleep at about 2 a.m.
Okay.
On the bed. Then he woke me up holding my phone in his hand. So that time, I'm very open in relationships. My phone wasn't locked. I didn't have passcode or anything. He was going through my phone. scrolling through the messages and whatever, and he woke me up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and he's like, "Wake up! Who's this person?" So apparently, when I was asleep, somebody who had gotten my number from somebody who likes me, because then I was a bit popular.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I had started modeling and stuff. So people till date, people still pay people to get my numbers.
Wow.
They do it. They will pay somebody, and they'll call me and like, "Oh, Juliet, please, you have to talk to me. I paid for this number." I'm like, "Are you kidding me? How much did you pay for the number? Are you serious? They didn't share the money with me." Oh. But people still do that.
Okay.
So people will go to any extent to get your number and send you their love talks and stuff. So I think somebody has sent me a message about wanting to meet me or loving me or whatever. And he opened my phone. He wasn't asleep and read the message. And next thing he's asking me, "Who's this person?" And I'm like, it's like, I woke up, I couldn't really see well. It's like, "What time is it?" It's like, "It's 2 something. Are you kidding me? You woke me up because of this. Why are you even going through my phone?" And the conversation started. And he's like, "Who's this person you're going to tell me today? Because I've been hearing that you have been cheating on me. You are seeing other people." And this is somebody I'm with like every day. He drops me off to wherever I'm going. If I go to school, if I go to my modeling agency, he takes me and picks me up from there. So I'm like, cheat at what point in time? Why would I, like, asking those questions? And we went back and forth, back and forth. He's like, "You will tell me today." So he did not want to hear anything I said because he had his mind made up based on things, rumors. When you read the book, you understand. Apparently, there were people who were already feeding him with information that I didn't know.
Was it
and
true,
they were
or
close
it was
people
just
to me.
False? Was it true? The information that people were feeding
It was
him
false.
with, all of it?
Yeah, when you read the book, you understand.
Okay.
It even happened to be one of my relatives that was talking to him behind my back.
Oh.
Yes. So people are very, very dangerous in this life.
And did you report him after the rape incident?
I couldn't do.
Why?
I ran away. So he locked me up in the house for about 2-3 days.
What were you feeding on? What were you eating?
He would eat. He didn't step out of his house to go to work. The idea is I can't go anywhere. He was trying to, for him, I don't know what he was doing, but it was weird. He would cook. I should eat the food. Like, I was stuck in the house for 2 days. My mom would call my phone. He said, "Put it on speaker so that I can't say anything." It was my sister Sonia that came to the house, like forcefully banging the gate. I went to open. I said, "I have to open because if not, they will think something is wrong." So she came in, and from my reaction and the eye communication, Sonia could tell that something was wrong. So that's how I was able to even leave the house by fooling. I had to act like all is well with me again, and between me and him. And that was how he dropped me off at my house. And I was like, "Okay, I'll see you later." I had to be smiling and happy with him. And then he said he would pick me later. And that was it. Once he dropped me, I locked the door. I had to tell my mom. I had to tell them. My mom was like furious. "I'm taking police to his house." Like, no, I don't want to be associated with this man in my life. Like, let's just stop, like, block his numbers. Nobody should talk to him ever again.
So
and
you
that's
didn't
how
hear
it
from
happened.
him since then till
He
date?
was trying to call me and everything. Till date, he's married to my relative.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. And your relative didn't know you guys were having
She
a
knew.
thing?
She was the one that was giving him all the info, the fake info at the time.
Okay, just a quick one. How did you react when you heard they were getting married?
I was furious because it was like, wow, it all made sense to me now. Because what happened was he and I and his friend were out at a restaurant, and my relative walked in. And his friend was a guy, a single guy. So I was like, oh, I'm a very family-oriented person. I was like, oh, come, like, meet my boyfriend and his friend. So the friend and my cousin at the time exchanged numbers.
Okay.
And that's what happened. So apparently behind my back, I don't know if he or she found a way to meet.
By the end of the day, they got married.
They got married.
Wow. So now back to you. Tell us about marriage. You got married, you divorced. What really happened?
Long story short, it's a very long story, but it's more detailed in the book. Yeah, it's more detailed in the book, but I can't really say it here now. But the long story short is we were together. Everything was going so perfectly at first, and then I don't know what just happened. I think I always say probably we're too young because we got married at 24.
You were 24 when you got married?
The two of us, yeah.
24.
So I feel like we're too young. We weren't prepared at the time. And then whilst together, trying to make it work, after so many things, unfortunately, his girlfriend at the time, I didn't know he had a girlfriend even, like,
didn't
but
tell you that.
he didn't tell me. His girlfriend at the time got pregnant. I heard it from someone who told my brother. And that was how I found out.
Okay, so he was married to you. He had a girlfriend. So in other words, you were the chosen one. So why would you leave your marriage just because your husband had a child with someone else?
Hey, what a question. I cannot stay in such a marriage because first of all, it's betrayal.
Okay.
Then you don't tell me yourself that you're doing something on the side and this is your mistake that you are actually living with the person.
Okay.
He had gotten a house for them. They were together. So whenever he tells me he's going to work, he's seeing her. This is somebody who can literally like, no, that's for me. Like, it was something that I wouldn't take. I wouldn't. Most people are like, oh, but you could have stayed there. You can be the first wife and she can be the whatever, mistress. Nah. Because I feel like you broke a bond, you broke a trust. We had, our son was still very young at the time. And hearing it from outside, from people outside telling me these things was like a blow to my face.
So
yeah.
Would it have made any difference if he had come to you, honey, I'm so sorry, I did this, I did that, please forgive me and let's just stay together, raise the kids together? Would it have made any difference?
It would have made a difference if he wasn't seriously involved with the person.
So you feel he was seriously involved
They were
with the
seriously
person?
involved, yeah.
Oh,
they were,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So it was like he wanted to move on, but couldn't tell me he wanted to move on. I think that's the situation.
And you're sure you were not doing things that pushed him away?
No, we actually were struggling to make the relationship or the marriage work.
But you were dating before you got married.
Yes.
So I'm sure whatever it is that you were struggling with in your marriage could have been solved.
It could have been,
whilst
but
you
like I
guys were
said,
dating.
we're very young. How many people, at a very young age make their marriage last? Marriage is a lifetime work. You have to work towards it. But now that we are older, we understand, we know things better. That's how life is. You have to go through certain situations to understand that, oh, I needed to be matured minded, to have handled things this way, that way, and so like now I know better. Now I know what kind of things I will tolerate, what I will not be able to tolerate. I know what I'll also be able to do in certain situations and stuff like that. But I think we're just too young, and I'm somebody who is like so against anyone disappointing me or breaking my trust. Once there's no trust in a relationship, for me, it's gone. Yeah, I can't be there.
So at the moment, are you dating? Are you seeing someone?
I'm not.
Why?
Living my best life.
But Iceberg is apologizing. I mean, he's begging. He's all over the place. He wants your attention. Can't we do something about it?
Hey, we broke up a long time ago. It's
Yeah,
over.
I know.
Yeah, it's almost
But
2 years.
he realized his mistake. He just realized
I
his
don't
mistake.
care. It's almost 2 years. Like, I'm somebody who doesn't go back to. If I vomit here, I will not go and lick it. Basically,
Hey,
like
so
I
this
said,
is vomit.
it's true. If I vomit, I don't go back to lick it. Yeah.
Wow. What really happened between the two? The two of
I
you?
think you read what he said, right?
Yes, I
yeah,
did.
yeah.
But I want to hear it from you because I was thinking, look at Juliet. She's so beautiful. She's everything. And this guy had the nerve to hit her.
To be honest, I don't want to talk about him. I think he's a chapter in my past.
Okay.
So even like I said, I answered recently, his apology is coming too late. But if he wants to heal and he feels that's why he's doing it, then fine. I'm glad that he's healing and going through that process. But I really don't want to talk about him.
Don't you want to help him in the healing process?
No, I'm not a helper. I'm not a helper.
I used to love him. I mean, you were cool together. You were traveling all over.
Years ago.
Oh.
This is 2019.
I know
We're about to
now.
enter 2020. Why am I taking people of the past with me?
So you're
No.
sure there's no chance of him coming
Never,
back?
never, no.
Very sure.
No, I don't go back to any ex. Never.
Not even your baby daddy?
It's called ex for a reason. Yeah.
So who is next? I mean, do you have anyone in mind or is someone coming?
No, the thing is, right now, I'm just like so focused on me. And based on experiences I've had, I'm extremely careful as to who I bring into my life, because people always have an agenda. Nowadays, when you're in the spotlight, men come around with their own reasons. Yeah, some are just users. They just want to use you in every way possible. Like, even when you break up with them, they'll still use you. Like, it's because you are in the spotlight, your name and their name is linked together forever. Even if you break up, it's linked forever. So they just use that opportunity every chance they get to keep leveraging off your brand or your name. And I'm a household name. People are trying so hard. Like, I meet guys these days. Sometimes they even tell me, "Oh, Charlie, I think you and I will make a perfect couple because I have a political ambition."
Someone tells you that?
Yes.
To your face?
To my face.
So?
On a date. And I'm like, "Oh, wow. So is that why you want to date me?" "Yes, I think we'll make a power couple." So you don't know who is real. It's so difficult.
Wow.
It's very, very difficult. So that's why I'm not in a rush, because I believe that the right person would find me at the right time. I'm not looking, like, I'm not searching for anyone.
Have you for once sat to think, why is it that any relationship I go through, there are issues? Is there anything I'm doing? Is there anything about me? Have you gone through that?
I spoke about that in my book as well.
Okay.
But no, it's not always about me. It's them. They have the problem. Because when you're a strong woman, if you're a woman who knows what you're about, weak men cannot stay with you. Like, weak and strong cannot balance. It doesn't work. You need a strong man to handle a strong woman, and a strong woman to handle a strong man. It has to blend and balance. Okay. So if it doesn't work, that means the person could not handle dealing with a strong woman. That's how I see it. And that's how it's going to be. So it's not something that has to do, like, a woman out there, she'll probably be having the same thoughts that, oh, maybe I'm the cause of the different men I've dated, they've left me. No, you're not the cause. It's his fault. Nobody sent him to cheat. Nobody sent him to cheat, because if you know you're bringing your A game into a relationship, you're supposed to stay dedicated. You're supposed to stay devoted to that relationship. Okay. You don't have to go looking outside, you know. So I don't ever sit down to think and say, oh, it's my fault, or if it's, nah, I don't go through that kind of moment. Like, I'm so positive in life that I know, because I know I've actually been loved the way I deserve. So, and sometimes even I'm the one that even would say, oh, this is too much. Yeah, the love you're giving me is too much. I'm tired. Yeah. But it's just not something that can lead to marriage or something, you know, and then it would just end up going our ways, our separate ways or something. But I've had my fair share of happy moments.
Would you want to marry again? Would you?
Yes, why not? Yeah. Yeah.
So right now, what are you looking out for in a man?
What am I looking out for in a man? I'm not looking, no. But
yeah, you're not looking, but yeah, I want my guy to be like this. I want my man to be like that.
That's the thing. I don't have expectations. I try not to have any expectation, because you'd be surprised that the Prince Charming that is supposed to be for you would be like 100% different from your expectations.
Yeah.
You know, so I try to just let people be themselves. I like for people to be very honest from the beginning. Like, honesty is key. So whoever that I'll end up with has to be 100% honest with me from the start. Because if I find out stuff later that I know you could have told me in the beginning, it's going to affect the trust I have in you. Okay. Because I don't know what else you've lied about or you've kept. Okay. Do you understand? Okay. So I'm that kind of person. So I always ask for honesty from the onset of the relationship. Let me know the truth. I'd rather know the truth and deal with it than to find out later. Then I like a man who is confident in himself, who is strong enough to match the kind of woman I am. If you're a king, I'm a queen. That kind of, we have to meet each other halfway. Okay. I don't want somebody who is like extremely insecure and is always doubting. I'm jealous. You're always, and I don't like those things.
So can you ever get married to a poor man? I mean, total poor man?
Hey, what is a total problem?
I'm just asking. He's showing you love. I mean, he's been very honest. Juliet, I love you, but I am super broke. Like broke into pieces.
That's a tough one. No. Hey.
But he's been honest.
So if he's being honest and everything. Now, my question would be, how do we take care of ourselves?
Okay. But you're there. I mean, you're doing well.
Hey, there's
from...
no African man that wants a woman to take care of him.
Really?
No. Then you start fighting ego. Because his ego will be a problem in the relationship.
But if his ego is not going to be a problem, you didn't mind.
Trust me, it will always come up at some point in time. That's when they start beating you up in relationships.
Oh, okay.
So it's always good for a balance to be there. The man has to have his own. You have to have your own. Because most of these relationships where you find domestic violence and marriages is because one person is doing more than the other. So they feel like this one is undermining me or this one is feeling. It's always a problem.
Okay, so in other words, poor guys are not welcome.
I will tell the person to go and work. I will even
so
call somebody to give them a job
and make money before coming.
Yes,
okay, so
I'll do that.
Please, poor guys are not allowed. Go make some money before you come. So before you go, your books. Where can we get some to buy? Because I think I have gone through it, but I think other people don't know where to get it. So where can we get it?
Okay, so the book A Toast to Life book is selling on a website.
Oh, okay.
atoasttolifebook.com. So you can go there and order. Or in Ghana, you can visit Citrus Bookshop, which is at the ANC Mall. It's just adjacent ANC Mall. Okay. We're getting it at Kingdom Books as well. Okay. Then you can call and order 0244 042757.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you write the book yourself?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
From A to Z?
Yes. But I didn't do the editing myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't. I didn't know how to put it in place.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming. But before you leave, that's your camera. Do you have any advice for the young ones coming up?
Okay. So my advice to you, if you're out there and you want to be in the spotlight, I know many young ones are always like, oh, you're my role model. I look up to you. I want to be like you. If you want to be, please stay determined. Stay focused because the industry is huge. There are so many people coming up every day that you can be the next big one. But if you're not focused and you're distracted and you're chasing everyone up and down, can you help me? Can you help me? It will be a problem. You need to just practice, learn your craft, improve on whatever it is that you know about being in the industry so that you can get the right opportunity at the right time. Then again, not everybody is supposed to be on the TV screen or in front of the TV screen. There are so many other things you can do in the industry that is behind the cameras. So sometimes if you've tried for like over 5 years and it's not happening in front of the cameras, trust me, you can start from behind the cameras and one day they'll be needing an actor and they'll just see you and say, oh, Charlie, you are the sound guy, right? Come, act this scene, and that's how it can be for you. So always just start from somewhere, but stay determined and it will happen.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
Your friend Juliet Ibrahim, and then I can also country. But when to me and country one word the crowd. Sorry. Media channel. Next time I'll be country, but she said it all. Please go out there and grab a copy. The name is A Toast to Life. The book ni dino A Toast to Life. Madam Asiso said nso mo jemre e share ne program here Spotlight. Me din e di champagne. You want that sene. Bye.
Bye.